Hello, friends. Today, I want to share a real story with you, the story of my first flight. It was one of the most exciting and unforgettable days of my life. I hope this story helps you learn English naturally. Let's begin. It was a cold morning. I woke up very early at 4 o'clock. My alarm rang, but I was already awake. I was not sleepy at all because I was so excited. I was going to fly for the first time in my life. I had never been on an airplane before. I had seen planes in the sky, but this time I was going to sit inside one. I could not believe it. The night before, I packed my bag carefully. I kept my clothes, toothbrush, charger, passport, and my flight ticket. I checked everything twice. I did not want to forget anything. I was a little nervous, but also very happy. Around 5 a.m., I booked a taxi to go to the airport. It was dark outside. The roads were quiet, and I could see some streetlights and a few cars. While sitting in the taxi, I looked out the window. I started to think, what if I miss the flight? What if I don't understand where to go in the airport? But then I told myself, stay calm. Just follow the signs and ask if you need help. Finally, we reached the airport. The building looked huge. So many people were walking in and out, pulling big suitcases. I took my bag and entered the airport. Inside, there were many counters, big screens, lights, and people speaking different languages. It was like a new world for me. I looked at the screen to check my flight number and gate. Luckily, my flight was on time. I went to the check-in counter and gave my ticket and passport to the lady. She smiled and gave me a boarding pass. That was the first time I saw a boarding pass with my name and seat number on it. I felt proud. Then I went for the security check. I kept my bag and phone in a tray and walked through a metal detector. Everything was fine. I picked up my bag and walked to the waiting area. There were chairs, small shops, and people talking or reading. I waited quietly and watched the airplanes through the big glass windows. They looked beautiful. So big, so white and ready to fly. After some time, I heard the announcement, passengers for Flight 502 may now board the plane. My heart started beating faster. I walked to the gate and showed my boarding pass. Then I walked through a long tunnel and stepped inside the plane for the first time. A smiling air hostess welcomed me and showed me my seat. It was a window seat. I was so happy. I sat down, put on my seatbelt, and looked outside. The plane was full. People were finding their seats, keeping their bags, and talking. I felt nervous again, but I also felt excited like a child. Soon, the plane started moving slowly. The pilot spoke on the speaker. "We will take off shortly. Please wear your seatbelts." I held the seat tightly. The plane started going faster and faster, and then we took off. The plane went up into the sky. I looked out the window and saw the ground getting smaller and smaller. We were flying. The sky was full of clouds. It looked like white cotton outside. My ears felt a little strange, but it was okay. I was really flying. I smiled to myself and thought, this is amazing. After a while, the air hostess came and gave snacks and juice. I ate a sandwich and drank orange juice. I felt so peaceful. I listened to some music and looked at the clouds. For a few minutes, I forgot all my worries. I felt light, calm, and free. Finally, after 2 hours, the plane started going down. The pilot said, "We are landing now." I looked out. I could see buildings, trees, and roads again. Slowly, the plane touched the ground. The wheels made a small noise, and then we were back on land. When the plane stopped, everyone stood up. I picked up my bag and walked out slowly. I looked back at the plane and smiled. I had done it. My first flight. That day, I felt proud of myself. I faced my fear, I tried something new, and I learned something beautiful. Sometimes the sky is not the limit. It's just the beginning. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my story. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment. Have you ever taken a flight, or do you want to try? And remember, every story helps you learn English. I'll share more real stories soon. Bye, friends.